Hi guys, how are y'all doing today?
Doing well. Just had a nice rest. Got my health back. It's kind of important. If you haven't got your health, you haven't got anything.
Well, to quote a Ferengi, the only thing more important than money is your health, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the rule of acquisition for that is.
I can list many things that are more important than money. Many.
Not for the Ferengi.
Money?
Not for the Ferengi, though. They're very, very capitalistic.
And not very trustworthy.
No, they're not.
Okay, so what are we gonna be doing?
What? Y'all rated...
How is your health?
How's your hit points? By the way, anyone who is still wounded, I'm going to consider it healed, so you can go ahead and heal yourself.
Yeah, I have my hit points max.
Okay. I'm saying that more for Mr. B's sake.
Yeah, he's not currently here.
Oh, I forgot. He did say he'd be right back.
Yes. He's getting food.
Food? Is it good food?
I don't know. I haven't seen this food.
I think it's going to be terrible food.
Wow.
No. I'm pretty sure Mr. B is going to have good food. Because I think it was made by someone who cares and loves him.
Yes. Yes, it was.
See, that was an assumption that was correct.
And it is good food.
With that said...
Okay, so what is our goal?
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, y'all rated a... Well, actually, you spied on a bunch of orcs and learned their secrets.
Also
I don't think rated was really the right term.
And now we know what someone despises, hates, wishes it never existed, just despises brow.
Hey, Rampage. Orcish magic, strongest magic.
True. True, very true. Very true.
Okay. To set the scene, though, there is a bird waiting for Mr. B in his normal tree. With a small message on its leg. What message does it bring for the good doctor? Let us wait and find out.
Yes, let us.
Y'all raided a repository of information and gathered secrets about various orc captains. Is this true?
And one of them absolutely despises brown.
Mostly just one orc captain.
Yes.
With that said, though...
I have much reporting to make.
Oh, much reporting. Yay.
You know, I feel like I should go with Dan.
MLA format. I'm trying to do things right.
I actually do have a question for y'all.
I hate you because I hate that version. It's literally the worst format ever.
I noticed, did our good friend, I'm trying to remember his name now.
Arceus?
Arceus, there we go. Is Arceus actually here?
No. He probably should have gone home by now.
Okay, we will send him home then. I just wanted to make sure, and I figured I would ask y'all.
We left on like a week. We left on like a 2 to 3 week long journey without him. I don't think he would still be here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but y'all were only gone for a couple of days, right? Because you doubled back, but then I guess you left again.
I mean, we got most of the way there.
I'm just gonna go ahead and restock Mr. B's health because I figured he's eating. So I'll help him.
I'm trying to log in. I can't find my login.
Don't worry. The password is Alpha 0123 Omega 7. No, I'm joking.
Are you sure it's not 1, 2, 3, 4? That's what my luggage is.
Ah, yes. It's also, I believe, the planetary shield combination, right?
Yeah. It's a really useful password.
Yes, it is. That joke only makes sense to people who watch Spaceballs.
Oh god, I love that movie.
I keep telling Aerith he's made a mistake not watching it.
Wait, Aerith hasn't seen it? Why hasn't Aerith seen it?
I don't know.
We need to culture Aerith.
Yes, we do. We will culture.
I have
we
no
will
idea what
culture
y'all are
Jackie.
talking about.
It's okay. I don't think you're old enough for that movie yet.
I think I was probably younger than he was when I first saw that movie.
Yeah, but let's move on from that. So the question is, the message board has been updated. I believe Nick said he had some theories on where y'all should go next, or you could go see Orthu's camp.
Yes, I have suggested to you, Mr. B, in Skype what I think we should be doing. But I don't know if Mr. B is here. So.
He is.
He is. He's listening to you.
Okay.
I'm
Okay, well.
confused. This looks like an Adventure Time. What's happening?
Well, Mr. B, the hobbits have some things they want to give to the town, and I feel that this could be a good excuse to go see a few friends of ours.
No, I think we need
While we're there.
Okay, yes.
As I said, an excuse to go visit certain friends of ours who happen to live near the hobbit town that's only about a day away. Also, Mr. B, you have a crow.
Give me a mangy bird.
By the way, your message thing has been updated.
Right.
Yeah, you get more reading, right, Mr. B?
As soon as I can log in.
Yeah, as soon as you can.
How about my armor?
What about your armor?
Is his new armor done yet?
Not yet.
Someone forgot about it.
Yes, I did.
DK, I have a question.
What's up, Rampage?
Are the tree houses done?
No.
No.
Then why are they here?
They're in the process of being built.
Yeah. You know what?
It takes a long time.
Just to help you, Rampage.
Just to torment you.
There you go. See?
Okay.
The treehouse has a big red circle on it.
They keep building the treehouse, but then someone comes at night and chops it down. And they can't figure out who it is. Because it's someone short.
No, we have to tell that dwarf.
No, we don't. No,
About the tree that hit someone.
Yes, we do have to tell them. We do.
I like how Dan's immediate reaction is to deny that.
They're all telling you stories. Not a word of it's true. Please don't go kill all the trees.
Go kill all the trees.
No, that's why we send the Arbor Master after him, so he can replant all the trees.
Just remember, guys, it's all the truth, especially the lies.
I think that's meant to be reversed, DK.
It's all lies, especially the truth.
It's all the truth, especially the lies.
Especially the lies.
No.
A character said that in Star Trek. She's like, was any of that the truth? It was all the truth. Even the lies? Especially the lies.
Well, I am going to be.
So, Mr. Beamer, you
writing
remind
some
me
notes and
about your
sending them off.
armor. What exactly? Who did you request that from?
The dude who makes armor.
Blacksmith?
The blacksmith? Alright.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for the armor?
He measured me. I don't know that he gave me a price, but it was going to be
Okay.
hefty.
So, have you paid for it yet?
How much gold I have? I haven't really been keeping track of gold.
You know what? I feel like we should start giving the orcs crossbows.
That sounds like a really good idea.
You know why I mentioned that, right?
You know, we don't need to be getting into the arms trade.
Hey, you know what?
No,
No one ever went broke selling weapons.
No, but they sure died from
Quark's
them.
cousin Gaylor owns a moon.
Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he gave me a price yet.
Okay. There's a big
I
rampage.
see a giant rampage. Rampage, stop making yourself giant.
Is that actually the real rampage? No,
it's
not.
not the real rampage.
Okay. I wanted to know if I could delete it. Because it has
You
like
made the-
888 hit points, and that kind of scares me.
Go to 10 hit points.
Okay, by the way, Mr. B, when you come back from your next journey, your armor will be ready.
All right.
How much money do you have, so I know what quality you're looking for?
Wait, does going to the Hobbit village count as a journey?
Yes, it totally does.
No, the whole what we discussed was I need something better than the crazy wimpy.
I'm trying to figure out how much money you want to spend on it.
I don't have use for money. You can have all of it.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind then.
I've got a gold mine out back. We haven't gone and quarried yet.
Yeah,
And I got a favor from the mayor, who was doling out 40 gold for houses earlier. So, I figure I'm pretty set.
Actually, didn't we suggest that we could allow the mayor to mine that?
Yeah,
that
actually,
one
I believe
of,
the plan was
ore?
to release it to the town.
Yeah, and then the town would work with other nearby towns to mine it more effectively because we couldn't do anything with it.
Well, also because of its particular location.
Yeah. So it would be
Well,
more
either
pain
way.
in the ass for us anyway.
I got a mayor who's been doling out 20 and 40 gold.
Yeah, you've got a mayor who essentially owes us favors.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I already revealed to him that we're like starting an orc civil war so that the orcs don't come destroy the town. Okay.
We are kind of doing that, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Alright, well, figure out where y'all want to go, as I imagine Mr. B is going to attempt to read his message.
Yeah, it's kind of... So it's at the bottom here?
Yeah.
I would suggest that we accept the message.
Is this the message from the
and
bird?
put it-
Yes.
Okay.
It has to
I
deal
would-
with the future and a specific orc.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest that we accept the mayor's request and go to the Hobbit village. That's my personal suggestion.
I want to go to the Hobbit village.
Oh, lovely.
They have good food.
Okay, I think we're all in
Lots
agreement.
of-
I'm going to inform the mayor of this real quick.
You're going to inform the mayor of your decision. Okay.
To accept his request.
Okay.
I'm gonna...
I just sort of walk into his house and knock on his wall.
The door opens, the secretary then goes back to her desk.
I walk into the mayor's office.
Do you sit down?
Yes, I shall sit down.
And now the secretary stares at you.
I sat down in the mayor's office.
Oh, the mayor's office. I thought you meant the outer office, not the inner office.
No, I the deep inner office.
Oh, okay. So the mayor opens up. Ah, Nick, my boy! He grabs you and gives you a giant hug. And a light shaking.
I don't like hugs.
True, but there could be worse things. What can I do for you?
Well, we have some friends we would like to see near a certain hobbit village, so we figured that while we were there, we could accept a certain request of yours to pick up some gifts the hobbits wanted to give the town.
Should you be removing yourself from your current quest?
We are more taking a little detour to speak with some friends near the village.
Okay.
We have certain friends who may be useful or may wish to know of the current events there.
Actually, Dan.
BRB.
Dan.
Yes.
I was looking at your character sheet because I was going to examine things, and I think the AC value on your corselet of mail is wrong. Because it's very small number. That doesn't make sense.
It could be. I mean, I think I just copied it over. Maybe I didn't.
Because I think it says AC 3, and that doesn't make sense to me. Because I know a hide armor gives AC 12.
Oh, yes, it's probably 13.
Well, no, isn't it an AC of +3 then?
Yes.
So wouldn't he put a 3 on it so that when it factored into the actual AC, it gave it an extra 3, putting it at like.
It actually does work because I've unequipped it and re-equipped it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because your AC already starts at 10, so wouldn't you put in a 3 as the, it's adding 3 more to your AC?
And it's dependent too. Like it maxes.
Well, I asked that only
so
because hide armor gives AC 12. That's why I was asking. Because when I opened up your corselet of mail, it only said AC 3.
Right. Now, originally I had put 13, and that's when we did the first day, and I was like, my armor class says it's like 25. And we were like, wow, that's almost unhittable.
Yeah, okay.
And then I looked it up, and it was supposed to. For this system, you just put in the 3, and it adds the 10 base.
I mean, on my character sheet, I put in AC 12 on my hide armor, and it worked just fine. So
I only asked just because I was trying to figure out what's normal for armor.
3 is pretty normal. Usually there's a maximum. Well, it depends on whether it's light or not. If it's light, then there's no maximum dexterity. If it's heavier, then
I looked
there's
at
a maximum
someone else's,
dexterity.
and their AC is 12 for their armor.
Yeah, my AC is 12 for my armor.
Or leather?
Hide armor.
Hide, yeah.
Okay.
But that's just 2 plus the 10 base.
Okay. Okay, I was just kind of curious. I was making sure that your armor was right for you, because I was like...
I want to say plate is 5, but you get no dexterity benefit.
Okay.
So explain that. So you get your armor class goes up with your dexterity bonus.
Yes, your dexterity bonus does actually increase your armor class.
Yep.
But there's usually limits based on.
So for those with a very low dexterity,
me,
higher armor class is better because you won't receive a dexterity bonus anyway. But for higher dexterity, you want light armor because the dexterity will override the extra armor you would get anyway.
So does
and
the
we give
negative
you.
on? I guess it must because it's automatically calculating it for me. So okay.
Okay. Yeah, I just got worried there for a second.
Yeah,
'cause I
you'll
thought
still
maybe
receive
Dan
negatives
had less
to your armor
armor.
class for low dexterity, but
Okay. I just wanted to make sure like you weren't getting cheated out of some armor, man.
yeah, I think his armor class without his shield is actually the same as mine with my shield. Which reminds me, Dan, do you want to switch shields? I think yours is better than mine.
I actually don't have a shield equipped.
I think
know,
I think he wants your shield.
Yes, I want your shield
dual
because you
wield
don't
shields?
use it anymore.
Yes, yes. Nick will be like, total defense.
It's actually a valid
You
style. You just don't do a lot of damage.
no, but Dan, the thing is I think the shield you started with is actually better than my shield. That's why
Did you
I ask.
start with a buckler?
I started with a. I just started with a generic shield.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think it. I think it.
Sure.
Might,
I can give you my shield.
okay.
It's AC2.
Well, that's the same as my shield. Darn it. I guess your shield wasn't better. I thought it was higher than that.
No, it just brought my armor class up to 17, which was good enough.
Is your armor class only 15?
Mhm.
No, my armor class is 16.
But by the
What's
way,
your dexterity?
My dexterity is 14.
And you've got better armor than I do.
Mr. B, would you want to scale Halberg?
Well, Dan, the thing to remember is your armor gives you 3, right?
So yours gives you 4.
Actually, no, Dan, I think you're getting cheated out of armor.
3 armor plus 2 dexterity is 5, 15.
Yeah.
For you to be 16, you have to have 4.
No, I have 2 armor, 2 dexterity bonus,
That's
and
4.
a shield.
Oh, yes. Well, if I put on my shield, I have 17.
Okay, so you're fine then.
I just usually have my short swords now.
So I guess your shield isn't better.
Is Nick still talking to the mayor?
Actually, I was asking you a question, Mr. B.
Oh, where?
Did you want to scale Halberg?
What is that?
That'll give you armor class 14 plus dex modifier.
Myth roll.
Mithril, okay.
That's expensive.
Do you know how expensive that would be?
I'll be honest with you, Mr. B. I'm gonna have to do a lot of research to figure out what mithril would be because that's not one of the weapons in the books.
It tells you when you're doing like dwarven make.
He should not have.
One of the other things it says is mithril and how much that costs.
Okay.
I want to say you
can't just buy it.
like 1 gold for every silver it would cost, or something like that.
Okay, I guess I'll need to look up on that.
With
mithril is quite
automatic
expensive.
piercing protection.
Yeah, cause
and a anti-damage aura.
Because a scale halberd is the equivalent of D&D's scale mail. So it'd be AC 14 plus dex modifier and disadvantage in stealth. But I guess I will look up some mithril then.
None of that matters to me.
You know what, Dan? I will actually take your shield so that I can dual wield shields.
Okay.
Is Nick still talking to the mayor?
I think he's already kind of walked off.
Yeah, no,
apparently is now playing dress up with Dan.
Alright, I'm talking to the mayor.
Dan, I'm stealing your shield from you.
Okay.
I don't need to dress up. I
will be able to
Hey, Mr. Mayor.
wield shields.
The good doctor! What can I help you with?
So I got word that there's a lot of orc activity. I need you to use your magic orc finding device and make sure none of it comes near the town. And let me know if it does, so that we can get back here and help.
Consider it done. I will monitor
Thank you,
it closely.
Could be a great number of them coming. I don't know which way they're coming from, but it would be good to know which way. And do I know who the bird came from?
It's from your master.
Okay, good. I prefer this method of communication to the watery grave.
Yeah, that was him. For some reason, he felt the need to get you that because he wanted to show you something, and that's why that's what the water thing was for. Because he needed to show you something.
So I write a note on the bird. Thanks so much for the message. There's a pond in the middle of the town. So we don't have to go get attacked by spider people anymore.
That may have been, well, it was kind of revealed that was kind of a mistake on the marked one, because he saw that the previous owner had taken a bunch of human slaves and he didn't really see a purpose for them, so he released them. He didn't realize that they were wild people and should not be released.
Yeah.
It's a common mistake. I make that mistake all the time.
Yeah. It's an easy mistake to make.
Oh, by the way, Mr. B, when it comes to dwarven stuff, you have to choose a base armor. So, did you want to scale halberd but dwarven made? Or ring mail or heavy mail? Because according to the book, dwarves will not make any lesser armors than those.
Yeah, I got... I'm restricted in what I can wear.
Okay, so what can you wear?
Let me look.
Can you wear ring mail?
He's looking.
He can probably wear the scale if it's mithril, because then it counts as light.
Gotta pull up the old book. So, we'll discuss this later.
Okay. Yeah, because from the looks of it, it gets really expensive very quickly, but it would be possible.
Sure.
The rules would dictate that the city wouldn't be allowed to make it, but the smith obviously has contacts, so he would...
I think the rules dictate that that's like a major quest, so that was a...
well, it's not necessarily a major quest, because it is just a merchant purchase. So if this blacksmith has contacts, say, with the dwarf forge, he would get a commission on top of whatever the dwarf blacksmith would charge. So essentially, you're having him act as a intermediary in this purchase. You're having him use his contact network to acquire this item for you, but it'll be much more expensive than the rulebook dictates, because you're using a third party to do it, which the rulebook says that costs even extra.
Sounds good. We'll work with that.
Okay. But you also do have the mayor's favor, so that would help.
And I got a mine out back, so hey.
Okay.
So I think we were planning to go visit the
hobbits.
The Dabbits?
Okay, are y'all going to the hobbits, or are you going to sneak on the other orc captain?
We're going to go visit the hobbits and Arceus.
Okay.
And then we can go sneak up on the orcs before we come back to town.
Yep.
Okay. So let's head back to the hobbit village.
Well, actually, we'll have to head back to town again anyway to drop off the hobbit gifts.
Oh, you're right.
Just for the purpose of sake of timing and everything.
Get rid of the glass.
Do I need to get rid of the grass texture?
It would be good too.
Yeah, I mean the grass texture has hurt us before.
Is it hurting you now, though?
Very badly.
No, I think this map is actually small enough that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I did try my best to keep this map without... Okay, I will say it is a small map, but it has lots of things on it.
Well, I think the only way to do this is to just approach the village elder's house.
Okay.
Which one is that? They all look the same. A house with grass on
it. That's the point. But y'all were here before. You already know where the elder's house is located.
So I approach his house and I knock on the door twice.
No one answers.
Okay. Well, are there any hobbits around?
Open.
Yes, there are lots of hobbits around. Some of them are in boats fishing.
Okay, well, I would like to find a hobbit and I would like to speak to them.
And one of the hobbits comes and brings you water. And he's holding water in his hands. He says, "Look! The water! It's wet!"
Really? Are you sure that it's wet?
Oh yes! Here! You check! And he hands you the water.
I take the water in my hands. I nod for a few seconds and I reply, Yes, I believe the water is in fact wet.
The other's over by the fishing boat. He told us to do that next time you showed up. He said you would understand.
You need to go to his little hidey hole in the waterfall.
No, he's by the boat, obviously, not the hidey hole.
To the hidey hole.
Did they actually build that?
The waterfall.
Yeah, wasn't there
to the hidey hole behind the waterfall.
Several hobbits notice you heading for the waterfall, and they seem to kind of distract you back towards the elder.
Oh, there wasn't. I thought there was a hidey hole behind the waterfall. Oh, wait,
I told them to make a hidey hole behind the waterfall, but I don't know if they ever did.
All right.
Well, the thing is, if there is one, they seem to be discerning you away from it.
Okay, well let's speak to the village elder.
Yeah, let's go to the village elder.
You find the village elder checking some of the masts on some of the fishing boats.
Oh, elder.
Ah! I hope my introduction was not too scorning. Welcome back, heroes of Dwarvenhorn.
Yes, we were told that you had brought gifts for the town.
Oh, we do. In fact, we have a nice little caravan already loaded. When we heard you were here, we started loading immediately. You brought us some very good baked goods, very delicious. We thought we would share some of our delicacy with you. We have a bunch of fresh fish, just caught today.
Yes!
Enough for a nice fish feast. Also, another special prize to speak
of. We have like a year worth of fish.
Well, we can't. Y'all don't have a way of storing it, so it would be one feast of fish. Because there's no refrigeration in Lord of the Rings yet.
I mean, we could store things in like we could have a business around mining ice and taking it down.
Yes, but that sounds too much like the movie Frozen, and we should probably stay away from
we need a reindeer.
Yeah,
and we all know that people smell better than
you knew what I was referring to, DK.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah?
Do you want to build a snowman?
No, actually, I prefer building snow forts.
Doesn't have to be a snowman.
You want to have a snowball fight?
Okay, well, as long as it doesn't have to be a snowman.
It could be a Yeti.
Do you want to have a snowball
That's about
fight
the only
with
parts of the
explosive?
song I know, so.
Do you want to have a snowball fight with explosive snowballs?
I cannot go further than that.
I watched someone that made me watch that movie many times.
Yes, well, it was good to see you, Elder.
Of course.
Unfortunately, we were actually here to
Before you go do whatever else you were here to go do, I do have something for you.
Oh?
Here. Take this. And it hands you a gold ingot.
Okay.
Consider that a special gift. You can share that with all your friends.
Okay, I guess I'm going to store a gold ingot in my inventory, guys.
Okay.
I don't know what we're going to do with a gold ingot, but I have it recorded in my inventory if we ever need it.
We can use it to make some soup.
We can make golden soup, and then we can have some of the soup, and we'll become immortal.
Yes, that's totally how that works.
I remember from Zelda that gold dust is very integral in making the best weapons.
Yeah, and
it's a very durable material.
If we bake it,
I don't think gold is actually that useful.
Apples, we will have golden apple pie, and it will give us extra health and poison resistance.
Will it increase our regeneration speed?
Regenerations. These
hobbits are smart.
Yeah,
okay.
They are.
Well, I thank the village elder for his kindness. And inform him that we have important business to proceed with for the safety of the region.
Pow!
Just so you know, him and his red-cloaked friends are keeping an eye for y'all.
You wouldn't happen to know where they would be at this time?
Oh, they're everywhere.
I fear we may yet need their assistance.
I think they know that.
I mean, we hope
well,
we need their assistance.
I suspect the best way to find him will be to start looking.
Most wise.
And I shall now look for him or his red-cloaked friends.
Okay. Attempt a perception check.
Is this considered the wilderness?
Do one with that bonus and one without.
Well, you know I can roll, and I can't really do anything about that.
It's
right?
fine. I just roll twice, and I'll add the number to the correct one that I want. See, because the village is not completely in the wilderness, but also contains the wilderness. So I'm assuming you're checking inside the village and outside the village. What bonus do you get for that?
It would be another +3.
So 13 and 12. All you sense are the ever-presence of eyes watching you. Sometimes you know where they are, but when you look, there is nothing.
Okay, well, I'll do this the old-fashioned way, and I'll roll a survival check.
What are you doing to roll the survival check?
I am using, let's see, where is it? Here we go. I am using the ability Rumor of Earth. Make a DC 15 survival wisdom roll. On a success.
Okay,
on a success, the DM must give me useful information about a quarry I am hunting.
Okay.
The DM must.
So he's out tracking.
Yeah, you're okay. I see. You're hoping the Earth might reveal a secret to you. Okay, what would be a success for this particular?
That wouldn't be.
Yeah, that was not a success.
The Earth tells you that
there are hobbits everywhere.
that you might want to take a bath or change your boots. You've been wearing those boots too long.
I think we should all go to the waterfall.
The hobbits kind of, almost in a brilliant way, slowly just discern you away from that.
I would like to
Okay,
walk
how about we
straight towards the
leave town?
waterfall.
And we look around in the wilderness for Mr. Red Cloaks. I'm sure there's some way.
Chris, I would like to walk straight towards the waterfall without stopping.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna head off and visit Arceus.
Okay.
I'll go with the good doctor.
Well, what
And if I see any Red Cloaks along the way, I'll say hi.
The red coats are coming. The red coats are coming.
Dan?
Uh-huh.
You feel like the trees are watching you, and after your previous encounter,
I believe it too.
You think that, in fact, they might be. I need you to roll me a survival check.
Ooh.
What's with all the, 10s and 9s?
I'm gonna let you re-roll that because I just think that was too many 9s.
Like that was 2 10s and 2 9s in a row.
Never mind, I'm gonna take the 9.
Upside-down
I'm gonna take the 9. I'm gonna take the 9. Okay.
No, it's still a 9.
I need you to roll me something that would be like an agility check. Or acrobatics.
A dexterity save. I'm having a really rough day.
We're
Dan,
all having a rough day.
while you were continuously searching everywhere behind you and to your side, you weren't necessarily paying so much close attention to your front, and you accidentally run into a branch. You take 1 wound. And now you think maybe the trees are plotting against you a little bit.
I'm more or less okay with that. They're defending themselves. It's the forest. It's important.
Yeah.
But I will, stay a little bit further away from the trees, just in case.
Okay. I was thinking about making you roll Mr. B, but I've decided against it. Because the way these rolls are going is not going very well.
Perception?
Yeah, go ahead, roll perception.
Or survival?
Perception first. Survival is you attempting to... Mr. B, I'll give you a choice. You can roll a survival or a wisdom check. Because you are a scholar.
Just straight wisdom?
Any skill that would be... Isn't that like your strongest skill?
Yeah, that was
plus
plus
4 there, buddy.
You rolled a 2.
I mean, I rolled it's a plus 6 when I...
So, why is it that I had the best roll with a 13?
Hey, so my dog's gonna roll because he's walking next to me.
Okay.
And he's always looking out for me.
Well, with
And
Phil...
today you need looking out for.
Okay, he will stop from any negative effect from this, but I will say you suddenly now get very nervous. After your experience with
so close to it, too.
Wood White,
At 20.
That
you
was a 2.
are... Oh my gosh.
Can we swap out the dice? I think these are loaded.
If these were my dice, I would throw them away.
I'll take these. I'll take all the low throws while we're not fighting.
Okay,
True.
so
True.
after your battle with the Wood White, you suddenly become kind of suspicious of trees. And now you're staring at them from a completely different perspective. The trees almost seem to clench down onto you. And, of course, as a man of science and logic, you try to discern it from your mind that the trees would never attack you. And then another thought, or would they? And suddenly a branch hits you and you take 1 wound.
Okay.
Your dog tried to pull you away, but you were just so much into your mind, and you were just having an argument with yourself. And now both you and Dan are now on the ground after hitting different branches.
All right.
Your dog is very concerned.
Get up and head towards the Orcas.
Look, DK, I rolled well. I rolled a 17 out of a D100.
That's not good. That's a bad roll. That would be a...
I got a 12 out of 20.
No, DK. If this were Dark Heresy, that'd be a really good roll.
That would be a really good roll. You'd be really happy with these rolls if you were playing Dark Heresy.
It'd be like crits if this were Dark Heresy.
All right.
So Nick, you were trying to walk towards the waterfall. I'm trying to think of what role might be appropriate for this.
That's exactly what I was gonna ask, because I want to walk in that waterfall and see.
No, I'm not going to walk towards the waterfall. I'm just going to take my shoes off, and I'm just going to kind of sit next to the river, and I'm going to just kind of let my feet hang into the river.
You can attempt a stealth check to see if you can stealth past the hobbits if you want. I mean, this is your strongest skill, so.
Well,
okay,
no,
by the way, you failed your stealth check, but you have a plus 10 stealth check.
No, I only have a +4 stealth check, DK.
I'm sorry. I was looking at someone else's skill sheet. I'm so sorry. Never mind. I was not looking at your sheet. You successfully get stopped and turned away by the hobbits.
I'm going to simply just take my shoes off, put my feet into the river. I'm going to sit
roll
down.
a survival check.
Can I just stealth past the hobbits?
Just a straight survival check.
Yeah, Nick, you need to roll a survival check.
Okay.
Do I stealth past the hobbits?
Yes, you totally stealth past the hobbits.
So I try to go in.
Except once you get into the water, they immediately notice you because you really can't stealth into water.
I don't care. I keep walking. What would I need to roll?
Well, you'd be swimming, so do an athletics check.
And then see if the guys in the boats don't catch you first.
Yeah.
Acrobatics?
Athletics.
Hey Nick.
Is there a difference in the roll?
Suddenly bubbles around the river appear.
Okay.
You can make an acrobatics check to escape, or just face whatever happens.
No, I'm just gonna sit here.
Okay. I need you to roll me a 1d20.
No, that's a 1d0.
Please.
Ouch.
Okay, so Rampage, you were trying to swim, and all of a sudden you stopped so much swimming, and you started. You started to lose the surface, and you started sinking. And several hobbits have to pull you out and swim you to success. And then someone had to give you CPR.
They had a mustache.
Okay, I rolled a 4.
What was really odd is that the river isn't that deep. Many people are staring at you on how you attempted to drown in such a small body of water.
I'd say this world is magical. Just don't.
Several of the elders are now talking about building fences around the river to protect elves.
Yeah. So,
Sure,
Chris,
hobbits are okay.
Chris, I have successfully rolled a 4.
Nick, you take 2 wounds. The fish bite
Why?
your feet.
Oh, that's mean.
Apparently, they thought you were really yummy, but they didn't do any severe damage. It was just very uncomfortable. So let's go back to no. You unfortunately took a different kind of damage. Your ego got damaged.
I would like to know that DK gave us no message which can be discernible as to where the hobbits were.
Huh?
You gave us no assistance as to where they were.
Yeah, I didn't. Totally didn't.
The whole water is wet thing didn't really help.
Water is wet. Even though we knew that.
You remember the
because you
first
told
time
us
you
before?
met, and what you told the chief was there are orcs in Dwarvenhorn, and they're like, yeah, you just told me that the water is wet. That was the first big conversation you had with the chief of the hobbits.
No, I don't remember that.
Well, okay, that was a reference to your first meeting.
Well, that was like 8 episodes ago, Chris.
Yes, but you know what? The GM remembers.
And the hobbits never forget.
Yes, they will never forget.
They remember
But
the first ever
you
time
should
that
love
they've
it.
ever
Yeah.
known an elf.
So,
Okay, let us go to Dan and
I will note that's
Doctor's
still
perilous adventure into the forest.
I know, it's terrifying.
Okay, you
Not as
finally.
dangerous as wading in the river, but
I don't know what to do with these rolls. I mean, Rampage rolled
They
a
are what they
4.
Hey, I rolled a
I rolled-
13. What am I supposed to do with a 13, Chris?
I rolled a 9.
That would give you the option to try to escape the damage, and then you decided to accept it.
Well, no, Chris. No, you give me the option to try to escape before I rolled the survival check.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that I was giving you a chance to escape because of the survival check, and that's why you were rolling a 1d20. It's because you had a chance to escape it. Just naturally escape it.
anyway, so we're off to see
Yes.
Arceus.
Arceus.
Oh,
Arceus, you make it to Arceus' home. You notice that the outside is very particularly designed to make him seem a lot more humbler than he actually is.
Oh.
You do notice he has a new herb garden.
Poison weed.
With that, do you knock on the door?
Yeah. Let's go visit our friend.
A young hobbit opens the door for you.
A young what?
A young hobbit opens the door for
Oh.
you.
Hello, hobbit. Is Arceus around?
Of course, he is awaiting you. Sorry, we got bored, and Arceus was telling us a story. You enter the house to see Arceus sitting in a chair with a bunch of young hobbits, and he's telling
Hoblets.
them a story about a brave hobbit who slayed a dragon.
Now that sounds like a story I would know. Not in game, but just because I've actually read that story.
Now, some of the story you can tell is very much, Doctor, you can tell that parts of the story is not based on real life. This is obviously a fairy tale.
Okay.
Maybe designed to inspire courage into the young hobbits.
Ah!
And he ends
So we
the
kinda
story
stand
on
Wave.
the
Hi.
hobbit saving the day. Being the actual only hero of the adventure because the elf was too lazy to save anyone. The dwarf was too much about his gold to offer any assistance. And the humans apparently were all fighting over a boat.
Sadly, all are true.
And you notice the picture in the book has a young hobbit wearing the kind of a pretend dragon hat on him, as if he was wearing the head as a hat, but it's not the real head of the dragon. And all the kids are now kind of clapping and celebrating the story. They really enjoyed this story. Arceus rises from his chair and says, "Ah, Doctor! It is good to see you again." And he introduces you to all the young hobbits as one of his associates.
What is a habit?
A habit. It's something you have to be very careful not to allow to become a habit.
You have to be very careful not to allow into your house. Anyway.
Sorry. You got me laughing. So, good doctor, what can I help you with?
So, is there somewhere we can chat?
Of course. He kind of claps his hands and says, Margaret! Get these younglings some cookies and some delicious goat milk. Of course, sir. And all the kids go into the kitchen, and he leads you to a study, and he welcomes you in.
Alright.
As you enter, he closes the door and
Dan
locks
is
it
still with me, right?
so that no one may disturb you. I assume, Dan, you come in, right?
Of course.
I assume you would not be entranced by cookies and goat milk.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to some cookies and goat milk, but
Alright.
I'm gonna roll the best roll anyone's ever seen in their life, okay?
yeah, I'm ready.
Just let me charge. Okay, here we go. Look at that! Best
Alright.
roll in the world.
So,
I got 1 plus 101.
I have trust issues. So,
We're aware.
yeah. I tell Arceus kind of what we've been doing with the marked one, and ask him if he has any insight.
Did you bring a copy of my manuscript with you?
Yes, he did.
Did you bring a copy of my manuscript with you?
I'm a diligent scholar. I have a copy of your manuscript. Yeah. So, it's right here in my thing. It's called. Where'd it go? Orc Captain Info. I asked Arceus if he has any information about any of the other orc captains.
Wow.
Arceus kind of looks at you for a second, and he doesn't seem to be noticing Dan so much. He keeps his eyes on you very much, and he ponders for a second and says, I do not know much of the captains currently entering this area. They aren't the ones on my watch list. Usually when someone on my watch list comes into this area, their food apparently becomes poisoned and they suffer horrible casualties. Mysterious, of course. Sometimes their drink suddenly is filled with 712 different poisons.
Randomly, of course.
Yes, randomly. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Sometimes these orcs suddenly learn about Arceus's most precious herbs and spices. They don't stay long. Usually they go running into the forest. That has never been a problem. These aren't on my watch list. I don't know much about these. These are very careful orcs. They watch their food and water closely, but not as closely as they may think. If you need my services to, say, remove one of these captains, and maybe destroy their upper echelon of command, I could assist you with this, my good friend.
Destroy every single one of them. Right now.
Well, I don't have enough poisons to poison every orc captain.
Wait, Rampage isn't even there. He's still in the village.
I know, but I'm going to go ahead and explain it anyway. I don't have enough to personally poison everyone, and it will take some time to make such preparations and definitely prepare to enter into such camps. So I would suggest being wise in one's choice. I know you're trying to do this civil war. That's what from my masters tells me, is that you're trying to turn these orcs against each other. A bold strategy.
True.
I was so worried of using one orc, but I had heard of this orc. This orc had lost a lot of authority. He said some very unpopular things. That's what my master said, anyway.
We're attempting to continue the work you started. We do know that there is a...
I'll be honest with you, just dishonoring that orc was good enough. I did not know the Mark I had such a exquisite murder attempt, but I'm not surprised.
So we do know that the war chief, head orc bad guy, is headed this way to deal with the marked one.
I don't believe he's here to deal with the marked one. I think he's here to try to stop the civil war. But from his distance,
the marked one's instigating it.
With Arceus, well, actually, technically, the marked one isn't instigating it. He is considered a loyal orc. The other orc is the one who originally betrayed Sauron. You're right. He was going to work with the rebels, correct? He got his hand caught in the cookie jar. Technically, the marked one is just cleaning up house. He may even been ordered to do it. But unfortunately, the other orc still has enough respect to try to bring in the other captains. The war chief will try to stop it, but he will be too late. What will be really the causality of this is what to do with the war chief after.
Well, he's an orc, so...
Yes, but do you want to fight a war chief?
No, but some poison might be helpful.
I assure you, many tasters taste before a war chief tastes anything.
Why kill a war chief when you can mislead him?
Because then he said he's dead.
I would ask more. That question may lead to: does the Mark I know the war chief is coming? You should probably tell him. He might have a plan for it.
We have an opportunity to tell him.
BRB.
When you do, you might, as I said, he might have some plans. Because maybe he might want a promotion.
He might even want to be promoted quite a bit.
But with that said,
I've been told that the fastest form of promotion is murder in Orc society.
Yes, mysterious voice, whoever that is. um, but, Doctor, I think I'll be temporarily relocating to New Mirkwood. For the time being, of course. So that I might be more accessible to you. In fact, if you'd like, I will travel with you from time to time.
We'll be heading back to New Mirkwood fairly shortly to deliver something for the hobbits. Hey, do you know where Redbeard is? Is that his name? Redcoat?
Do you know where the leader of the Redcoats is?
Actually, what's funny
and do you
is...
have a horse?
His name is Beergol the Hobbit.
Beergol? Goldbeard?
No, Beergol. Which is really close to some of the orc names, which is kind of scary.
Maybe he took his name from an orc he killed.
Maybe. Do you know where he is? And can you teach me how to do poisons?
During our time together, I will try to teach you every night a little of poison.
There we go. Rock and roll.
Maybe you should do it during your fellowship phase.
We don't have a fellowship phase just right about now.
I know we don't. That's why I made the joke.
About Beergol, I assure you, he knows you're here, and he's just being funny. I think the second you decide to leave, that's when you will find him.
Or if Nick actually gets a good roll.
Well, the thing is, Nick, you would have to hit a natural 20 to find him, just so you know.
Really?
Yeah. Because his stealth is D20. Well, actually, it's just a 20.
Did you hear about the wood sprite thingy we killed?
No, I did not.
He was Grumpy Pants.
Do you
know what,
think
Chris?
it was? Do you think that was a servant of what was it, Conan or something?
Who?
Conan.
Carnan.
Carnan, okay. I think that could be a servant of that.
I don't know who that is. Am I supposed to know who
It was
that
a
is?
wood ray.
You should. So go ahead and roll a lore check to see if you can remember.
Chris, it doesn't have to be a natural 20, it just has to be better than a natural 20.
I don't think you could get anything better than a natural 20.
Yes, you can. You have to have a modifier.
Yeah, it's just this game doesn't use modifiers.
Well, Chris, because if I roll a 18, I'll get a 20. I'll still get a 21 because of a +3 to a perception check.
Okay.
+6
you know the shadow lore will not help you on this. That only your lore check will do. You know that from what you can remember had something to do with nature, and that it was
a wood ray.
No, much more powerful than that. You do know that this is very much a creature that would be easily upsetted by certain actions. Mass deforestation, maybe even a blight or a plague might upset. But you know this creature usually keeps worse creatures in check. This might require a venture to the north one day.
Yeah, going there anyway.
Or at least a venture to something that might allow you to converse with... What's the name again, Nick? Because I'm bad at pronouncing it.
Carnan?
Carnan, okay. You notice that your associate seems a little curious because his master told him not to so much worry about Karnan. In fact, he's pretty sure his master said that Karnan doesn't even exist. Does not believe in Karnan at all. But you know your master has definitely spoken of her before. You don't seem to remember the intricate words, but he did warn you to be cautious. That very much Karnan is a kind of protector.
Yeah, I don't take much stock in reincarnation either, so okay.
Oh, this is actually a Lord of the Ring creature.
Cool.
Very much referenced in the War of the Rings.
We will chat with him at some point then.
Her.
I would just say it, because I don't really know if you can offer a gender to such a creature.
Okay. You know what, Chris? I'm going to attempt to perceive our friend again.
Okay, go for it.
No, I didn't make it.
You very much feel like you very much caught the glimpse of eyes watching you, and as you approached them, you found light bugs, fireflies.
Battle of Serenity.
I shall use the Rumor of Earth ability again, because I'm becoming annoyed.
Okay. Go for it.
Well, that's a really, really bad roll.
The Earth tells you your target is somewhere within 100,000 meters of this location.
That is very useful to know. Okay, I'm going to leave now.
By the way, the mountains to the east think that maybe that your target is somewhere in the very large vicinity of the area. But everyone says no, you can't trust a mountain.
No, I'm just leaving now.
Okay. Rampage, you've recovered from your attempt to breathe water.
I said, why don't you want me to get in there, or anyone to get in there?
Oh, you just had to ask, laddie.
Why?
Well, that's not the point. You just want to go inside without having to ask.
Well, I'm afraid it's kind of important to us, and we'd prefer you ask before you gallivants into it.
Can I go behind the waterfall? Please?
Of course you can come behind the waterfall. Please, we'll take you over there by boat.
Thank you.
Don't let him in the water. It's dangerous.
In fact, they take this weird... They hand you a log, and they tell you to hold on to this log in case you fall off the boat. Because the log will keep you afloat.
I say, okay.
They don't want a repeat of the previous incident. They take you behind the waterfall. There you find a hole. And in the hole, you find a little tiny miniature door.
So I say you took advantage of my idea.
Can you go through the door and see if there are any bunnies with pocket watches?
No. I say so. I say
late.
so.
I'm late for an important date.
I say you executed my idea of putting a hidden place behind the waterfall.
This is not hidden. This door was here before. This door has always been here.
Are there any cookies inside that say "Eat me"?
Oh, yo, I would love that. That'd be great.
You never want to eat a cookie that says "Eat me."
Dude, I would.
Not without a spare set of clothing.
As long as you have this, as long as you have the right size set of clothing to wear afterwards, it'll be fine.
Yes. You sense that there is definitely more there than what you're seeing, but you can't see whatever it is.
So I say, can I go in this door?
You notice the door is about the size of your finger.
Oh wow. Really?
Yeah.
You need to eat a cookie that says "Eat me."
He's making a reference to Alice in the Wonderland.
Oh, okay. I was wondering
really
what was going on about.
They make you shrink.
Yes, one cookie makes you shrink and the other makes you grow much larger.
Yes. Sorry, all of them were making little subtle hints for you, Rampage.
Huh?
They were making little subtle hints for you.
There is the bunny in the pocket watch who's always late for an important date.
I'm sorry, some of us watched way too many kids' cartoons when we were young. With that said, would you like to try to something? You do feel like maybe there's something here, but you don't know what it is, and you definitely can't exactly tell what it is.
I ask, why is that door so small?
Yeah, it has always been there, and it has always been that small.
But why is it that small?
I did not build it. You would have to ask the person who built it, laddie.
Hello?
Meow.
Okay, I just became confused because you just stopped talking suddenly, and I thought maybe I had died.
No, you're okay, you know what? Let's check your pulse. Okay, I think we all have a pulse, so let's continue on.
I'm currently just leaving town. I'm like getting on the caravan with the fishes, and I'm heading out. I'm not even going to wait for the others.
Well, hold on. Rampage.
Do you know what is behind this door?
I'm told a very good story.
Can you open the door?
You could open the door with your 2 fingers, but you will go very, very...
What?
You will not go very far.
I attempt to open the door.
You open the door opens effortlessly. But still, you can only fit 2 fingers down the door.
I tried to look through the door. I don't try to go in.
You see a very long tunnel that's very dark.
I say, does anyone have a light source that they can put down there but still be able to see?
No. It's too small to put a torch down there.
No, you just take like the tip of a candle off.
Yes, that is exactly what you do.
Oh, I have to ask, is there candles in Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
And do the hobbits have access to them?
Yes.
I think the hobbits in the Shire have a bunch of them.
But these are not the Shire.
I know, but I believe that they make their own candles using wax.
They probably have bees.
Using earwax or something, so these hobbits can probably make them too.
What do you think, Dan?
Sorry, I was reading something else.
Would these hobbits have access to candles?
I don't see why not. Beeswax and string, that's all it is, right?
Alright. Do you want them to get you a candle?
I've also heard of hobbits using their own earwax to make candles as well.
I think that's only green ogres.
But,
So, Rampage, do you want them to get you a candle?
Yes, please.
They get you the tiniest candle they could have.
And does it work?
Yes. They even help you light it.
now, what would you like to do with the candle?
And can I see at the end of the tunnel?
You see two paths, one heading left and one heading right, at the end of a long tunnel.
I say, does anyone have a jackhammer?
How about we move on?
And with that, the hobbit takes you by the shoulder and says, "We all have a long path to take. But then we hit a crossroad and we have to choose if we're going to go left or right. This tiny door, this tiny path, this tiny crossroad, we've always taken it as a deeper meaning on our lives, to represent decisions that take us on our various paths, and we can never see where those paths might lead us. Well, Letty, you've seen behind our waterfall. You've now seen our secret. Would you like to go home now?"
Do you know who built this?
I do not, Letty.
Do you know of anyone or
Only the gnomes
anything
could have filled that.
fit in to this hole?
I know nothing that could fit in that hole. Not even a mouse. Not even a wise mouse could fit in that hole.
I say, okay then.
So, shall I take you home? Ashore, I mean.
Yes, please.
He takes you back across the shore and leads you back to the village, where you see Nick heading for the caravan, and you see some small furry animals following Nick.
Wouldn't I have to roll a perception check to know these things?
These hit your passive perception checks. So every character has a passive perception check. You can notice small furry animals following Nick.
Sadly, I think my passive perception check is better than all my other perception checks thus far this game.
Yes, that's the really sad part, is where your passive check is greater than your active check.
What is my pass? Whatever.
I'm not sure.
What would happen if you rolled a 10?
So I say, Nick, wait.
I can't hear Rampage. I'm very far away.
Would you like to approach Nick and try to grab his attention?
He's going to have to full sprint after me to catch me before I get to the caravan.
First, I say thank you to the hobbit. And then I say, gotta go stop Nick. And then I just start sprinting.
Stop me from doing what? I'm just taking the town's gifts back.
Nick, you suddenly hear someone chasing after you.
Okay, I'm going to ignore it and continue going towards the caravan.
By the way, Dan and Doctor.
Ah, yes.
You have finally... Arceus is now following you to the caravan. You're back in the village. You notice Rampage is chasing after Nick in the distance. And you also notice what looks like little tiny things following Nick, but you really can't make out what they are from this distance.
What's funny is I don't actually know why animals are following me.
Do you taste good?
According to the fishes, I do actually. They actually gave me a 4 out of 5 stars on
High praise.
On Yelp?
Yes, on Yelp. I only received a 75 on Metacritic though.
IGN probably gave you
wouldn't
1
try
out
it
of
then.
10. Suggesting the music wasn't good enough.
It doesn't come with music.
Doesn't come with music there.
That's why it was very good.
That's probably why.
Anyway, as you, Nick, you definitely feel like there are other things following you now.
Okay. I'm going to look at the things that are following me.
You see little furry animals, kind of in a circle surrounding you.
No, that's normal. I'm going to continue on towards the caravan.
And you also see Rampage seemingly, like, running at full speed.
Oh, well, I don't really care about him. I'm just going to continue on towards the caravan at a nice
And I
brisk
hear this.
pace.
I hear this, and I.
Well, you wouldn't hear this. These are his inner thoughts. So you can't hear his inner thoughts.
I'm a mind reader.
Out of character, you could take note of this, but not in character.
It's like, I don't really care, so he's just going to keep, he's going to keep up this nice, real brisk pace.
Suddenly, the furry animal, you're at the caravan now, and the furry animals are jumping onto the caravan.
Okay.
They seem to be trying to get into the caravan.
Okay.
They're trying really hard. They're making scratching sounds. You can now see that the furry animals have these really big ears.
Mm-hmm. Are they bunny rabbits?
No. They seem to want the fish inside the caravan.
Unfortunately, they can't have the fishy.
Some of them are licking the caravan in hopes of softening the wood.
Are they in fact cats?
They appear to be cat-like.
But are they cats?
Not exactly, but very similar.
I'm going to begin leading the caravan away from the town, back towards our town.
Mr. B and Dan, you notice Nick is leaving in the caravan without y'all.
I'm going to catch up to him.
Because Nick is slightly upset at not getting to do anything. So Nick is just leaving.
With that, there are two red-hooded hobbits who stand in front of the caravan and take out their hands, and the horses come to a stop. And then, good old Birgul pops up and says, "What is leaving super fast without saying a word to his friends?"
What is
rabbit?
Nick?
Actually, that would be Jeopardy. Damn.
Oh.
These are riddles, not Jeopardy.
My bad.
It's like, what is a Nick? Ding! You get $300.
I'm gonna go with a bunny rabbit.
A friend who apparently is escaping his other friends, it appears. I believe it would be you, good sir. How you doing, laddie?
No.
Last time we met, we killed a lot of orcs, and you looked really well for me. I was wondering if you'd ever see me, but I heard you had very good eyes, but apparently not good enough. Always such a shade away from actually finding us.
Yes, unfortunately, my skills at perception are not. My perception is not quite that high yet. I haven't quite trained myself to see through the trees as well yet.
I left many traps for you, but it seems you only set off a few of them. You know,
the fish were certainly
every
cute.
game requires a bit of fun.
But,
it was a good
yes,
game. I do think that you did try very well.
Unfortunately, there are many pressing matters we need to attend to.
I know.
So
A good
And
associate
at this point in time,
has told
I'm
us.
at Nick.
Yes, you've caught up to Nick finally. She's like,
And I'm still in sprinting mode. Like, I'm still sprinting, so I just jump and try to knock him over.
oh, okay. Are you going to be
I'm
jumping and
physically
doing a
sitting on a
kick?
caravan.
What's that?
I'm physically sitting on a cart as part of a caravan.
Are you going to try to knock him off the caravan?
Yes.
How are you going to try to knock him off the caravan?
What would be a good way of trying to
Are
do
you
this?
going to be like doing a jump kick, or jump up, grab him, and try to
I think this would be like this is probably
wrestle
either
him
like
off?
a cool check or.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what action he's going to try to commit.
Okay, instead I just try to get level with him. And stand directly in front of him.
Okay, you just want to stand directly in front of him. Nick, you have now a elf standing in front of you who looks a little upset at you.
I mean, I'm still sitting taller than he is. I don't.
He's actually has his legs set up so he's standing on the rear ends of the horse, so that he can tower above you.
Yes.
I'm going to take a rock out of my pocket and I'm going to flick it at his nose. I just have like pebbles in my pocket and I just flick one at his nose.
Okay. Rampage, you see a pebble flying towards you.
I try to do I try to jump off the horse and dodge.
Okay, acrobatics check then.
Wait, are you just doing a backflip to try to dodge a pebble?
Okay, Rampage, you
Nature.
successfully backflip off the back of the horse onto the front of the horse. He's now standing near the shoulders of the horse.
I have a question. Can I also,
There's now another pebble flying towards his nose.
Oh, hold on, he gets a reaction to you now. Rampage, what's up?
by the time I hit the ground, can I have an arrow fully charged at Nick?
Oh, did you want to do a backflip and attempt to fire an arrow at him?
Not fire.
Okay, so you land
just
on the
have it
shoulders of the horse with your bow out and an arrow already in the thing.
There's now a pebble. There are now pebbles just flying towards his fingers. I now have amazing abilities just to flip pebbles, apparently.
And where do you actually get these from?
I'm just holding a bunch of pebbles in my pocket, clearly.
Nick,
still
I
into
need you
gold
to
ignorant.
I need you to actually roll me a awareness check.
Me?
That
No,
would just
Nick.
be perception.
Perception. Okay. This is to determine if you could even throw these pebbles at his new destination.
Yeah, sure. Just sec.
Fail.
Why do you have advantage?
Because we're in the wilderness.
You are not in the wilderness. You do not have advantage.
Pretty sure
You're
this
in
counts as the wilderness.
If you were out in the forest, yeah, but you're in a village.
I
You're in a
figured we
city.
had already gotten that far.
I don't know. Games Master rules, I think.
I think you're still in the village, though. Which I don't...
Okay.
Or outside the village, but I don't consider that quite the wilderness just yet.
Actually, no. That's the wrong check. I'm supposed to have advantage on survival checks, not perception checks.
Okay, you don't prepare a you did throw a pebble, but you threw it
Let's
where
see.
you thought he might land, and he did not land where you thought he might land, because you rolled a 10. Rampage, do you want to fire an arrow at Nick?
I want to fire one around an inch away from him.
Okay, so you want to, like, launch 2 arrows to his left and right?
Yes.
I love that he's just
Not
wasting
me.
arrows.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attacks.
Well,
And as I say this,
I love
I
that as a
say-
practical joke. I'm flicking pebbles at him, and he's choosing to shoot arrows at me that could actually hit me.
I'll be honest with you. I don't even like in real life. If someone threw a pebble at me, I've had pebbles thrown at me. It hurts a lot. Oh God.
Actually, no, just a
Well,
regular
that actually-
arrow. Just a regular arrow. Just
Do you own regular arrows?
Yeah.
Yes,
he has
I have
like
20 of
hundreds
them.
regular. No. Okay. So Nick,
that's
2 arrows suddenly fly to your left and right
Your point being?
and land directly next to your left and right.
Again, your point being. This isn't the first time I've
Anyway,
been
I'm going to just join the caravan and.
Dan and Mr. B, you finally caught up to the
The
caravan.
difference is that.
Well, actually,
the
no.
difference is
Dan catches up to the caravan. Mr. B doesn't seem all that interested. He's kind of holding a slow
And I'm going
pace,
to
right?
ignore the Nick/Rampage bromance going on.
Oh gosh.
Oh God.
Anyway, but beyond that, I actually have to call it a night.
That's
But,
okay. I know how to get. I know how to place a Rampage.
All right, we head back to the.
I'm going to pull out a cookie
Moonlock.
and I'm going to give it to Rampage.
and then I instantly have it in 1 second.
Okay, you
Just
head
like
back
that.
to the village with the very delicious fish, and now your new animal friends.
They follow
I
us
would
the way,
actually,
huh?
I would actually like to get a chance to speak to Beer.
good night, guys.
All right.
Good night, Dan. Thanks
Take
so
care,
much.
Dan.
See ya.
Well, guys, that was an effective game for me.
We accomplished a lot.
Well, no. Rampage needed Nick's respect, and that was a goal towards it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wanted to tell him, hey, if
Rampage
you keep this
received my
up,
respect.
these arrows will hit you.
In fact, I don't think anybody other than Dan receives my respect at this point. Sadly.
I think this is a good ending spot for tonight.
And I claim one of the furry animals.
After all this, can I talk with you for a little bit, Mr. B?
By the way, Rampage, I did in fact give you a cookie. I had 12 in my inventory. I only have 11 now.
Alright, next time on Dragon Ball Z, what will the party do next time? Will they successfully get into a fight with trees? Will they destroy the world? Will they fight some orcs? Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Actually, you know what all I want from next episode?
Huh.
Us actually managing to roll anything good.
I think Rampage was the only one who had a good roll.
But Rampage also is like a +8.
Maybe, just maybe. Okay.
The thing is, he didn't
Rampage-
need the +8. That's the real bad thing.
Yeah. The funny thing is that for like the first part of the episode, all we were getting were like 12. Like it started with a 12, and then it just stayed at about 10 forever.
I know.
For literally everybody, for every single roll.
Did
You
you
know,
ask a question?
sometimes the dice just don't love us.
I did actually consider going to roll dice on Discord instead. Or like actually pulling out my own dice to roll. And sending you pictures.
Well, a bad dice roll isn't that terrible because it allows us to tell a very interesting story. And it results in results in some very humorous things. What's up, Rampage?
Would
Okay,
there ever be a time where I would need to roll just dexterity? Like nothing else, it's just a plain dexterity roll?
Probably not.
Then why do I have then? Because I think I would have a very decent high chance of succeeding that roll, considering it's a +4 on it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, your dexterity actually affect certain skills, like acrobatics and athletics. Well, maybe not athletics. Athletics might be strength.
Athletics is strength.
But yeah, your dexterity actually adds a modifier to your skills. Like, all those main stats correlate into the skills. Even if you're not very good at a skill, having raw talent helps. So, for example, dexterity helps acrobatics and stealth checks. So when you do a stealth check, you're actually getting a bonus from your dexterity.
Okay.
Skills, say, like animal handling requires wisdom, athletics requires strength, deception requires charisma. So the idea is these skills actually have a correlating characteristic that boosts them. I hope that was helpful.
It was. And
Alright, so what's up?
Okay, let me kill my record.